thrifting ain't easy, unless you're watching me. Good Monday morning! Welcome to the Thrift Store Rundown's Perked-Up Roses and Rosewood, bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Oh yes, once again, three of our most favorite players in our Real Deal repertory company, The Bachelor, Perked-Up Elias, and friends will once again mingle under one roof, under one cover on this show. And this particular cover belonging to today's issue of Us Weekly. Yes, it's a rather timely affair because today is July 14th. Ironically, I got this yesterday from a place in Ramsey after indulging in a weekend brunch. I can't really get the name out because I snuck it out during a covert operation, which is why I'm censoring the address. But just know this, it was paid for. I am not a crook or a thief. There's a difference between sneaking out something prepaid and just stealing outright. We're not thieves. And while I'm not one to completely eschew new baby stories in or out of the reality TV arena, like in the case of the Valley's Kristen Dote and her fiancé Luke Broderick welcoming their first child, daughter Kaya, I certainly wish them well, there's certainly a lot to get goo-goo and gaga about beyond the cover. So, we're gonna waste not one more moment as we begin in the Stars They're Just Like Us section. First up, indulging on cheat day. After 7 months of eating like an athlete, Riverdale hottie Camila Mendes officially celebrated the end of the shoot of the new Masters of the Universe movie, which is yet to be released, by indulging in a burger and fries. Could there be another sexier sight at the end of a film shoot in 2025, science fiction, action, or otherwise? Correct me if I'm wrong, but the original Masters of the Universe movie released in 1987, and we have a copy on DVD, by the way, so you'll see that at some other point, featured Dolph Lundgren and Courtney Cox. But for her, that DVD would never see the light of day on this channel. I like taking a dip into the sci-fi action pool once in a while, especially if it's with Courtney Cox, who's the love of my life, but Camila Mendes is certainly a smoke show in her own right, but not to be outdone in the aesthetic appeal arena. Pretty Little Liars' very own Lucy Hale, who went on a little bit of a hair journey, getting a new light brown shade at a salon. And the results, if I may lovingly say so, are so Aria. Let that sink in for a moment. So Aria. Alright, we shall move on and talk about some hot picks. And I certainly mean hot in the case of Jennifer Aniston, who still got it. Here she is faulting her incredible abs. It's a word I don't say often, incredible. But in this case I have to agree. In a new campaign with Smart Water nearly 20 years after her first iconic ad with the beverage brand, she's been modeling Smart Water for 20 years? If this is one of the factors that leads her to have this kind of physique, you might as well stock up in bulk for the office. Because, well, a lot of office folk certainly idolize Rachel Green and beyond. We'll move on to getting out of the office, celebrity style, and a bit of a challenge for me here to highlight Alice Cooper of the Call Her Daddy podcast. And why am I highlighting Alice Cooper when I don't care for the Call Her Daddy podcast? Because of her uncanny ability to play optical illusions when covered in celebrity magazines, just for the occasion, gracing Greece with my sexy bod. Yeah, if you want to call it that. This is just one long piece t-shirt that's meant to give an optical illusion of a bikini body. Pink swimsuit with a tattoo on one's leg. This was taken after a relaxing getaway following the premiere of her Hulu docuseries, which is also a miniseries called Her Alex. I'm not into the Call Her Daddy podcast, but if you look up Alice Cooper in a bikini, you know she plays no tricks. I'm gracious in saying that. Here's Demi Moore and Zeus having a picture perfect. Did I say Demi Moore? Actually, you'll see her later in the backseat. This is Demi Lovato and Zoots having a picture-perfect honeymoon in Bora Bora following their May 25th nuptials. And I thought Demi Lovato would never get married. So see what I know about being a Lovatic, which I'm not. In any event, we'll move on to former Bachelorette Becca Kufrin inking husband Thomas Jacobs with their son Benson's birth date. By far the worst I've ever seen your handwriting, Becca's handwriting, and yet it's perfect. By the way, she was the one that first proposed to Thomas. That's a pretty cool move. Not to be outdone, WWE Superstar Rhea Ripley getting attacked with her pup Barry, and Terrifier's Art the Clown from artist Celeste Payne. If I see anything WWE in a Us Weekly magazine, you know I gotta highlight that. Being a member of the WWE Universe is so much fun, so there's a certain obligation when it comes to that. I'm also obligated to give a quick shout out in the Super Soaker section, where stars work themselves into a ladder and bubble baths, to Harry Dalsey of Too Hot to Handle. Why? Earlier we highlighted Lucy Hale. Guess what? He slid into her DMs and now they're having a casual fling. That's what I think, a casual fling. No way they're making it to the altar, but hey, they got a few months to prove me wrong. Give or take. Also, as a Food Network fan, I am inclined to highlight Giada De Laurentiis and her boyfriend of 10 years, producer Shane Farley. The secret sauce to their delicious love affair? A sauce-off, which Shane initiated back in 2015. A competition to see who could make the best sauce. I don't know if it was Alfredo or marinara, but what I do know is that Giada won, and yet she was gracious enough to doctor up Shane's sauce. And ever since then, it's been, well, sexy sauce for the past 10 years. If the term awesome sauce is a thing, let it be known that the term sexy sauce, if it hasn't already been, should be registered with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office in care of the Thrift Store Rundown. Continuing in the Love Life section, we have here Juliana, Pasquarosa, and Grant Ellis calling it quits, coming to the understanding that they're just simply not the right fit long term. That was nearly 3 months after getting engaged, during the season 29 finale of The Bachelor. Knowing that Grant Ellis is from Brick City, Newark, New Jersey, which is just less than half an hour away from my home in Patterson, it's a bit of a shame. Another season down the tube. We'll just jump into This Week in Ye Olde Us. Another Bachelor love story, also gone away. Jason Messick's initial choice for the final roles, Melissa Wyckoff, former Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. But guess what? On after the final roles, he squashed that relationship and pursued Molly Mullaney. They've been married since 2009 and have 3 children. Melissa Wyckoff hitched with Ty Strickland, and the rest is history. This week I don't want to cover in too much detail because I do also want to give a brief shout out to Aaron Rodgers, who marches to his own drum. Aaron Rodgers has become as famous for his polarizing opinions and alternative wellness practices as he is for his football legacy. Weeks after he revealed he secretly tied the knot, those closest to the NFL star shed light on the man behind the headlines. So, this actually sums up his determination to cultivate and maintain a life outside of football and his desire to one day leave the public persona that has haunted and blessed him ever since. This former Packers and Jets player. This unorthodox path timeline summarizes this article up rather expertly. A Super Bowl win with the Green Bay Packers, romances with Olivia Munn and Danica Patrick and Shailene Woodley, who almost tied the knot, but failed. His younger brother Jordan successfully wooed JoJo Fletcher on her season of The Bachelorette. They had a long engagement, prolonged due to COVID, but ultimately they tied the knot, so it's not all doom and gloom in the Bachelor cinematic universe. Aaron even guest hosted Jeopardy one time, and he was considered a prime contender in his own mind. Yet his football schedule remained top priority. Additionally, there's also talk of Jaws celebrating its 50th anniversary. It's the film that could have upended Steven Spielberg's career, yet it put it into overdrive. And since I'm mistaken Demi Lovato for Demi Moore, one last brief shout out for Demi Moore, Golden Globe winner, Oscar nominee. Thanks to Mikey Madison. Oi, the grand theft of the decade at that Oscars. Here she is, Moore, with Patrick Swayze in one of the sexiest love scenes of the 90s. Ghost. Any and all thoughts of making pottery dissipated the moment they laid eyes on each other, set to the Righteous Brothers' Unchained melody. So this talks about what's happened since the premiere of Ghost, when it came to both Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore. 4.5 out of 5 claps. That's another Perked-Up Roses and Rosewood, and oh baby, was it a good one. For everyone who's been a part of this one, thank you for watching, and remember to always stop and smell the roses and the coffee.
Hello guys, it's Steven Romero. I'm gonna be famous!
Design any burger you want? Your only limit is your imagination.
My darling, I've hungered for your touch alone, lonely time, and time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much for you. Still no. Godspeed your love to me.
Bacon burger something, I think. Pretty good burger, I love this place. Haven't been here, hope it's in your area. If you haven't so, give it a shot.
Thanks for tuning in. Just so you know, there's no limit to bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Please go ahead and check out another awesome review like this one by clicking here, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here. Until next time, I'll catch you, as I always do, on the flip side.